Hello, good afternoon. My name is Francisca Bencini and I would like to perform the silver service for the Stewardess Advanced course of the guest program at the Barcelona Crew Academy. So before to start, I would like to say that silver service is one of the most preferred and common service that we offer on board of a superjet. So we as stewardesses, we really need to know all the rules and the protocol to be able to achieve the best service on board. So first of all, to prepare this setup, we need to know our menu. So the menu is something that we have to check with the chef, like that we will know which are going to be the different dishes of this meal, and like that we can set up the mise en place with our cutlery and plates that we are going to use to prepare this silver server setup. So once we have that, we will also bring to the galley the plates that they may need to present the food, which we will serve to the guest, and we also need to have everything prepared by hand. So cutlery, plates and glasses, they must be polished before we start with the setup. So we know also what time the guests are arriving, how many guests do we have to set up the table, we know the preferences of them, and also if someone have any kind of allergic is important to consider. So now we're going to start with the setup. We're going to imagine that I'm wearing white gloves because that's what you do before. You have your clean hands under, of course, before you put your gloves. And you need to know as well that the room that you are going to work with to make your setup of the table, that means the dining room, that can be the main salon, the aft deck, depending is about the jet that you are on. So in this time, we're going to set up this table for lunch. And the menu will be, we have a starter as a soup, then we have entree that will be scallops, asparagus and parmesan, and then we have a main course that will be lamb, potato puree and sauce. And to finish the meal we have the dessert that will be a coulant with ice cream, chocolate coulant with ice cream. So now that we have everything and we have our white gloves on and the room is absolutely clean, and also it's important to say that the interior team need to know what they have to do. They must to have a planning ahead that is ready, that now they are going to start with the setup, they know what time the guests arrive, and everything is following the schedule of the program. So we have a sequence for this service that I will show after the setup is ready. So white gloves on, and we're going to start with the plate mat. So we have already the tablecloth, and we will put our plate mat at 1.25 centimeters from the edge of the table. Now we will continue with the charger. If you have any brand or design, always need to be facing the guest, like that is able to read it properly, always respecting the distance, balance. Now you need to put your main dish and your starter dish, and now we will continue with our cutlery. So as we said, we have soup, we're wearing our white gloves, and the technique to touch the cutlery is from the bottom. So we will put our spoon respecting the distance that we talked before, and now we will continue with our knife, that is the starter knife that go here, and closest to the plate, the main course knife for the lamb. We have here all the distance that we have to respect, and we will continue with the fork from the left side for the main dish fork, and then we have our entree fork, and now we will put our fork for the dessert. We have this wonderful chocolate coulant with the spoon facing to the right side. So once all this is in symmetry and balance, and we have all perfect, we are ready to put our glasses. So if you have a tray, you carry them on a tray. This time this will be my imaginary tray, and we also try to touch the glasses as less as possible in the beautiful way. They go on top of the right of the guest. First we start with the water glass, that is dama glass. Now we will continue with the wine glass. This is for the white one wine glass, and now we will continue with the red wine glass. In line, we will keep a line here, a beautiful straight line, and now we will finish with the champagne glass. Once we have there, the glasses are ready, and now we will continue with the red plate that go on top of the left side of the guest with the butter knife that can go in different positions, in line with the spoon, in line with the fork, or in diagonal. You just need to make sure that you have a space to put your bread and the knife is in the right place. So now we will put our napkin, that this time will go in the middle of the plate. Sometimes you can put the napkin in the side, that is also beautiful. Now this time can go here. If you have a card with the menu, with why is the party or something that you would like to show, will go here in the front. So now we have the setup of the silver service ready, and we're going to welcome our guests. So it's time of bring them to the table, and before that happens, you need to make, let's say, the last check. So temperature of the room need to be fresh because it's lunch, cannot be too hot. Light need to be appropriated. Music cannot be too loud. Maybe they don't want to have music. So you always need to know the preferences of your guests. And you need to check, the last thing is the chair. If it have, we did before the streak to see if it was in the right line with the placemat or cover, and now that we have it here, we put it back 60 centimeters from the edge of the table, like that. The guest comes, sit, and we, from the back, we help him to go forward to achieve the right position to be sitting comfortable to the table. So now we leave the chair in the right position. We have our cleanest white gloves, perfectly tied, and we're going to welcome our guests. So we have the guests arriving to the boat. Now they are arriving to the table. We have this wonderful afternoon, Miss Ross. Welcome, Miss Ross. Please sit down. We have Miss Ross. We help Miss Ross to get into the table in the right position. And now we are ready to start with the sequence of the silver service. So before I start, I will just mention the steps that I will follow to go quickly and be briefly as well, because otherwise it will take too long. And as well, I will open the bottle of wine that I did the day before, so it will just be the show that I'm opening the bottle of wine. So we're going to start first putting the water on the glass of water, then we will offer the bread at the same time that we bring the butter, and then we will open the wine. So once that we are ready to open the wine, first we make the last check of the table. If in this case, Madame, she have still the napkin on top of the plate, we can help her taking out the napkin from there, taking out the napkin ring with you, and in the most beautiful and smoothly way, we will try to help her to put the napkin into her legs. So now that we have Miss Ross with the napkin in her legs and everything is ready, we will continue. So I will put first water. We always try to have the right position, right step on, and don't disturb or touch your guest if it's possible. And we will put the water. Not too full, not too much, not too little. And then you leave the table. Now we will offer the bread and butter. So we arrive to the table to offer the bread through the left side of the guest. We have the butter in the hand and holding the plate, and we have here our tongue, that would be the fork and spoon. We will say, Miss Ross, you would like to have some bread? With your left hand, you hold the plate and you present the bread to Miss Ross. Miss Ross, we have white bread or cereal bread. Which bread you would like to have? Yeah, okay. So we offer her the bread that she asked. She asked for white bread. Thank you, Miss. And we cover the bread and we left the table. Always in a very elegant way. So once we have water, bread, and butter, we are ready to proceed with the open of the wine. So we are going to be working in the side table. We never go to the guest table to put the bottle on top, but I'm just going to go through this here because I don't have any other space. So we have our clean napkin, our wine opener, and the small plate to present the cork. So now we arrive to the table. We have this, my mise en place, and I will arrive with the wine. This is a red wine that Miss Ross choose from the menu. So I will come from my station table and I will say, Miss Ross, here you have your beautiful red wine. We have El Coto 2018. It's a Rioja from Spain. Thank you. And she will say yes, yes, okay. So now I will go to my side table and I will proceed with the opening of the bottle. So once I have the bottle on the table, I will put my beautiful side of the napkin to the hand that I'm going to work with. So as I'm a left-hander, I will use my left hand, and we have here our beautiful bottle with always the label facing the guest. Imagine that the table of the guest is over there. So I will proceed cutting the bottom part here from the foil. I will take it out, I will remove it smoothly, I will close here, I will put this or on my pocket or on my side table, and I will be prepare my tools to open the wine. So I will twist this part of the cork. Now I will prepare myself from the different steps. I will pull out the cork, and in a very smooth way I will take out the cork as smooth as possible. I will take it out from the wine opener. I will keep this one with me, and I will put the cork on top of the plate. So now I will clean this part of the bottle, and I will prepare myself to serve. So I will bring the cork to the guest table, and I will put it close to the person who chooses the wine, of course, and then the other guests. And now I will come back to the table with the bottle of wine open through the right side of the guest who choose the table, who choose the wine, sorry. And I will say, Miss Ross, I have here your beautiful Rioja El Coto 2018 from Spain. And once I'm already introduced once more the bottle of wine, I will proceed to serve. So as it's a red wine, we're going to put it on the red wine cup, and we're just going to put a bit because it's just for her to try the wine. So now she is drinking this small bit, and she will say, yes, you can continue, okay? So again, remember, label facing the guest, nice position, you don't touch the guest, and you pour some more, and you take the bottle with you. So once that happens, you serve the rest of the guests with the wine in the clockwise to the right side of the guest. And we're going to proceed to introduce the starter. That, as we know, will be soup. So we will come through the guests from the left side. We will take our starter plate to change it for the soup plate. Very gently, we will leave the table, and now we will come back with the soup. So we approach to the guests from the left side, and you say, Miss Ross, you would like to have some soup? And we are ready. She said, yes, please. So I will put some soup to Miss Ross. So Miss Ross is fine? Yes, thank you. And you will leave the table. So that is the starter ready. So Miss Ross is having a good time. She is drinking some water, having some drink, eating her soup, and having some bread and making some crumbles. So we're ready to proceed with the sequence of this service. That I would like to say that this is the same sequence between each course that is coming to the table, so it's not necessary to show all the courses because it's exactly the same. So the first thing is, once the guest is already on the table and everything is done after the first course, that is in this time the soup, we will continue. You check the water, first thing. Okay, so we come back to the table to see if the water is okay. So she was drinking some water, we will put some more water. So water is done. After that, we will check if the bread and the butter is fine. As we see, she took the bread. So we said, excuse me, Miss Ross, can I offer you more bread? Yes, please. Of course. So she's taking more bread. And we go and we close. So after we check the bread, we're going to put some wine again because she had been drinking some wine. So we approach again with the label facing the guest in a nice posture. And this is red wine going in the red cup. And we're going to put some more red wine. Always confidence in yourself with a nice posture in an elegant way. So after that is done, this is the same sequence that we're going to follow all the time. And the last step before we remove the plate from the table is clean our crumbs. So the right way to do it is we're going to use this tool I have to go in this way on the table. So once we get to the end, we retie. But this is not the proper way to do it. You are not brushing the table. You are taking this crumb out, okay? So then we are ready to proceed. So that it's the most important thing that we have to do. Follow these steps to proceed with the next course. Now that we have that done, we will come with our tray and we will gently say, excuse me, Miss Ross, can I take? Yeah, so we go. Now the soup is done. We clean the soup. And we're going to prepare everything for the next, that is the entree. So everything is ready. You come once more and you check on the table that everything is ready. Sorry for this because this is supposed to be my side table. And as I see, I forgot something that I would like to mention. So once you open the wine and you bring it and you leave it here as I did perfectly, then before you continue through the service, if the cork is ready, you need to take this plate out for the table, okay? So, as I was saying, now I'm going to proceed with the service of the entree that we have this beautiful asparagus with scallops. So we said, Miss Ross, excuse me, you would like to have some scallops. So as this is the protein, we will put it at the bottom. And you would like to have some asparagus as well. Yes, of course. Yes, miss. So we will put some asparagus. Sorry, my bread is a little bit hard. And you would like to have some parmesan. So we will take some parmesan to put it on the plate. We need to try to make a very nice, beautiful, colorful combination, not exaggerate, not to put too much. So once it's ready, thank you, and we left the table. So now once we have this course on the table, the procedure and the sequence of steps are the same. We will put more water, we will check the wine, we will check the bread, and we will clean the crumble. So I will go through the procedure. So she had been eating this, so she had been using this. And this time she just, oh, that's so hard, just half of the bread. And now we're ready to clean that up. So continuing with the sequence, we're going to offer more water. We're going to come and check. Imagine that I have to pour a little bit more. Okay, so water is done. Once we finish with water, we go and check the bread, and we ask, excuse me, Miss Rose, you would like to have some more bread? No, it's fine? Okay, thank you. So we already know that she didn't want more bread, so no more bread. And now we will take the wine again. Wine time. A little bit because she just have a sip. Sometimes we can ask, you would like to have more wine? Because maybe she may say no. So we also can ask. So we leave with the wine. And before we take the plate from the table, we clean our crumbs. So we are ready to clean this course. We approach from the left side, we take it gently, and we leave. So now we're ready to present the main course. And the main course would be this beautiful lamb with potato puree and sauce. So we're going to ask if someone wants the most fatty piece, or depending on the cut of the meat, you will also ask the guests which part they prefer. So now I will come here. So as we know, excuse me, I want to say that the chef will send you with hot plates from the galley. So sometimes they are very hot before you serve the main course. So we will come to the table to leave this very hot plate in front of the guests. If you are burning, sorry, I just used the wrong hand, because the idea is that if you are burning, you use a cloth like your napkin, white napkin, to help you. And now you are ready to offer the meat. We're going to start always from the meat. So this is my plate of meat. We say, excuse me, Miss Rose, you would like to have some lamb? Yes. And we put the lamb in the protein plate. We have some lamb here for Miss Rose. Miss Rose is fine. It's fine? Yes, thank you, Miss Rose. Then we will come back with the puree. Miss Rose, some puree. And we will put a bit of puree. You would like to have some more? It's fine. Thank you. And as we know, we have a special sauce for this. And we will come and we will approach, as always, from the left and say, Miss Rose, you would like to have some sauce. And then we will try to put the sauce on top of the meat, because for that is the sauce, to go on top of the meat. And that's ready. So, once the main course is going through the meal, Miss Rose will have some wine, she will have some water, she will eat everything using this cutlery. She will have the last piece of bread. If someone asks me for butter, I will bring more butter. So everything is done. The food was wonderful. Now what we do, we follow our sequence. So sequence means water. We put more water. This time we don't need to check the bread, because there is not more meals coming. Now it's time of dessert, so we will take what is empty. If we have something that is dirty, we will take that with us, and now we will remove before that. We will take if Miss Rose would like to have more wine, Miss Rose, it's okay? It's okay, no problem. So she don't want more wine. And now we're going to take our plates. So we're going to start from the plate and the cutlery, always as the elegant way to go. One plate, and if it's possible, we can take the butter plate. But something that if it is, sorry, I think this is more important. So this is like this. So we take this plate from Miss, a white glove.